I am Mir Kashif and I am a student. I joined this initiative by Doyens of Peace, and that is how I became a partner. I warmly welcome everyone to this event. Doyens of Peace is a platform for the youth and civil society of South Asia. Its mission is to transform the grammar of interactions and collaborations among young people and organizations to address common social concerns across the region. It is a pan South Asian network covering Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. The first South Asian Civil Society commemoration was held on 12th August 2025 with the theme My Vision for South Asia if I am the Prime Minister or President of my country. It honored peace doyens like Admiral Ramdas from India, who was a peace advocate and former chief of the Indian Navy who has worked tirelessly to build bridges between India and Pakistan through citizen diplomacy. He believed youth must be the architects of a new South Asia built on mutual respect and cooperation. Karamat Ali from Pakistan, who was a peace activist, he was the founder of the Pakistan Institute of Labor Education and Research, dedicated to promoting peace and regional cooperation. His idea was cross border collaboration is not just beneficial, it is essential for our shared future. And Tapan Bose from India, he was a human rights defender, documentary filmmaker, and activist who has consistently advocated for peaceful resolution of conflicts in South Asia. He said, we must see borders to recognize our shared heritage and common humanity. For this year's commemoration of SAC Charter Day, the theme is how can youth collaborate across borders to reduce poverty and promote peace in South Asia. We received more than around 20 to 20 videos from across the region, full of innovative ideas for a peaceful and prosperous South Asia. 15 of these videos will be live casted today, followed by reflections from a youth panel under 30 and a final discussion on translating aspirations into reality. The program will be moderated by Chenchu Lam from Bhutan, a development studies graduate from Kathmandu University and a SAF scholar. She has worked with rural communities, climate programs, and youth initiatives. With this, I would like to invite Chenchu to take the proceedings forward.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much, Kashif, for that wonderful introduction and for kicking off today's program with such energy and warmth. I really appreciate it, and hello to everyone joining us today. Tashitele, Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Ayubowan, and a big bright welcome to all of you here today across South Asia and around the world. SARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, is a group of 8 countries: Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, working together to tackle shared challenges. It was set up in 1985 to promote peace, development, and cooperation in the region. The SARC Charter is like the rule book. It lays down how countries should work together, respecting each other, treating everyone equally, and focusing on the common good. In simple, SARC gives us a platform to solve problems together, whether it's trade, education, climate change, or youth engagement. It reminds us that youth collaboration can make the whole region stronger. Today is going to be a very fun, engaging, and a meaningful session. We're here today to celebrate the creativity, imagination, and the incredible spirit of young people across the region. This year, like Kashif mentioned, we have received a lot of videos, but selected 15 vibrant, thoughtful, and creative videos from 7 South Asian countries. And yes, Bhutan didn't receive any entry this year, but that's okay. I'm here representing the energy, the dreams of Bhutanese youth, and trust me, next year we're going to definitely show up. So let's keep this energy high and get started with the most exciting part, the screening of the selected videos. Firstly, we are going to screen the 2 videos from Afghanistan.
In the name of Allah, my name is Ahmed Tariq Hanif. I am from Afghanistan. I work in APB2, our Afghan Peace Builders humanitarian organization. Today we're going to talk about a very crucial topic, a very important question: how to reduce poverty in South Asia. I'm going to ask you, have you ever asked yourself how to reduce poverty? Many people believe it is impossible, or it is not my business, or it is not my responsibility, or it might take a long period of time. But let me tell you something. All of these are excuses. And excuses come from our negative mindset. And nothing great has ever been achieved with negative mindset. So if we truly want to reduce or eliminate the poverty, the very first and most important step is to transform our way of thinking. With positive mind, with clear goal, with strong mission. In this case, we can turn challenges into opportunity. We can turn dream into reality. However, let's come to the real question: how can we reduce poverty, and what is the role of youth in this journey? First, we must understand that poverty is not just the lack of money. Poverty is not just the lack of wealth, but poverty is the lack of knowledge. Poverty is the lack of hope. Poverty is the lack of opportunity. That is why if we want to fight poverty, first we must fight ignorance. We must fight frustration. We must remove the negative thinking from the mind of young generation. This is the first thing. So what is the second? The second thing, we must believe. We must believe that youth are powerful. We must believe that every young person is an opportunity. When young people work together, when young people use their energy, when young people use their creativity, their ability, their skills, then no problem is too hard, no obstacle is too strong, and no dream is so far. Why? Because we have the energy, because we have the courage, because we have the ability to change the ideas into action. Because the youth are not just a part of society, but they are the bridge between today and tomorrow. They can make a better future for us. So always I believe that reducing the poverty is not the responsibility of government alone. It is not responsibility of organization alone. It is the responsibility of every person. It is the responsibility of every young person indeed. So in the end of my speech, I would like to see you that we can say poverty is powerful, but youth are more powerful. When youth rise, poverty falls. Thank you very much.
ما فرزندان جنوب آسیا هستیم، سرزمین زخمی اما پر از رویا. امروز میخواهم از رویایی سخن بگویم که میتواند ما را به آزادی برساند. My name is Samana Fesi. I come from Afghanistan, a land of resilience, dreams and untold potential. Today I am here to share a vision of how young people across the South Asia can rise together to reduce poverty and promote peace beyond borders.
Afghanistan has suffered more than 40 years of conflict, which destroyed infrastructure, weakened institutions, and limited economic growth. Corruption has prevented resources from reaching the people who need them most. When systems are corrupt, poverty grows deeper. In Afghanistan, gender inequality has kept millions of girls and women away from education and workforce, limiting the country's full economic potential. With few industries and limited skilled jobs, young people struggle to build stable futures inside the countries. But Afghanistan is not alone. South Asia, including Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, faces similar structural challenges. Many South Asian countries have large populations but limited opportunities, putting pressure on education, jobs, and housing. Political tensions, internal conflicts, and ethnic divisions weaken development across the region. Millions of children in South Asia do not receive quality education, creating generational cycles of poverty. Floods, droughts, and natural disasters in region destroy livelihoods and push families deeper into poverty. These challenges force many young people from Afghanistan to Nepal and Bangladesh to migrate in search of survival, not dreams. But migration is not the real solution. Real change begins when we build opportunities inside our own countries. Now let's hear the voice of someone who lived this reality, a woman who migrated to Iran because of poverty, but returned to Afghanistan to rebuild her life with art and handcraft.
سلام. چه چیزی باعث شد که شما افغانستان رو ترک کردید؟
خاطر ندیدن کار و فقر مجبور شدیم که افغانستان رو ترک کنیم کشور اینا رو مهاجر شدیم.
چه چیزی باعث شد که شما برگردید؟
فهمیدم که به کشور خود توسط همین هنری که دارم میتونم منبع درآمد مقامی خود باشم و هم به جامعه خود خدمت کنم.
I believe the future of Afghanistan and South Asia depends on creating a youth regional peace innovation hub, a digital and physical platform where young people from all South Asian countries can learn skills, share startup ideas, mentor each other, and design cross-border peace projects.
Poverty is not a sin, it's a challenge, and challenges are meant to be overcome. If the youth of Afghanistan and South Asia unite, they can take conflict to cooperation, borders to bridges, and poverty to opportunity.
Okay, so these were the two videos from Afghanistan. Now we have Stella, panel member from Afghanistan. He is a dedicated Afghan professional with experience in HR, administration, and community engagement. He is passionate about social development, peace building, and youth empowerment. With a strong commitment to inclusion, education, and community resilience, he strives to contribute to meaningful change and support a more just and peaceful society. May we have him to speak about the two videos.
Thank you very much, Chencho. When I watched two videos from Afghanistan, one message was clear. Poverty is not, in our country is not just simply lack of resources. It's shaped by limited access to education, gender inequality, the exclusion of youth, young people from leadership and decision making. These barriers force our youth into, migration and hold Afghanistan back from its, true potential. These videos also remain as that they reduce poverty and build lasting peace. Afghan youth must given real opportunity to learn, lead, and create solution. Temporary action, and aid is not enough. We need long-term investment in skills, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Uh, Not just giving us fish, but teaching us how to fish. Uh, Afghanistan's futures, lies in hands of its young generation, and the values show that we are ready to stand alongside our South Asian neighbors in shaping more peaceful and prosperous region for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stella. You have shared great points and delivered so nicely. Secondly, we have two videos from Bangladesh.
My dear brothers and sisters of South Asia, from Dhaka to Delhi, from Karachi to Kathmandu, from Colombo to Thimphu, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Arika Ahmed from Bangladesh. Today, as I stand before you, I don't see eight separate nations. I see one civilization. We are all the children of the great rivers, the Indus, the Ganges, the Brahmaputra. We share the same monsoon rain, the same ancient history, and the same dream for dignity. And now the time for allowing mistrust to separate us is over. If I were the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, I would declare that the future of South Asia will not be written in the old political rivalries. Rather, it will be written in the collaborative power of its youth. We talk about geopolitics, but let us speak the language that binds us all, the shared language of humanity. Just look around you. We not only share the same ancient history and the same rivers, but we still face the same wounds. I see the burning potential, the brilliant minds being trapped by the cage of poverty, be it in Dhaka, Delhi, or Karachi. The houses being swallowed by the rising tides of climate change, from Sundarbans to the shores of Sri Lanka. And at this moment, we are facing a painful paradox. World's largest youth population is struggling with opportunity gap that breeds the very frustration and instability we all fear. Poverty is not just an abstract number, it is the whole ache of hunger. And climate crisis is not just a topic in the newspaper, it is the relentless enemy we are not ready to face yet. We already connect through the roars of cricket and the rhythm of cinema and the universal language of our culture. The youth community is stronger than the lines drawn on the map. Therefore, my vision is not about signing more papers, it is about forging an unbreakable human chain. And I call this our mandate, the SARC Youth Connect, a movement built on three essential and non negotiable pillars. Pillar 1: Economic sovereignty for poverty reduction. In this part, we will discuss three things: the digital market, river health startups, and SARC vocational fellowship exchange. We must move from aid dependency to innovation sovereignty, and my government is committed to launch the Youth Innovation Corridor. Firstly, we will establish a South Asian e-commerce platform, the digital market, run by youth entrepreneurs from all 8 countries. Just imagine an artisan from Kathmandu selling her products directly to a buyer in Bangalore, bypassing all the middlemen and creating wealth from the very source. Secondly, we will champion the river health startups. Youth from Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, and Nepal can collaborate on smart water filters and micro hydropower. Their shared patent will be a symbol of regional unity. And thirdly, we will fund the SARC Vocational Fellowship Exchange for the textile workers, textile engineers, IT specialists, and farmers and teachers to go across the border and share their knowledge, skill, and hope. Pillar 2: Social and cultural collaboration for peace. Peace must live within the hearts of the people, and it dies when we see each other as the other. So, firstly, we will fund the Bonthon Project, the SARC Youth Cultural Exchange Program. It's not just a vacation, it's an immersion. Every year, thousands of youth will cross the borders and live with the local families, share their meals, and live under their roof, because prejudice dies at the dinner table. Secondly, we must deepen this connection through the South Asian Youth Festival of Peace, a rotating festival of art, food, and theater. Because when you eat each other's food and laugh at each other's jokes, it becomes much more harder to hate one another. And thirdly, we will create a South Asia shared narrative. We will commission young historians and artists to create a shared high school curriculum that celebrates our common culture, tradition, and our joint triumphs in art and science. And fourthly, through policy hackathons, we will turn our youth into the co-authors of policy, designing low-cost solutions for the villages and slums that need them the most. Best ideas gets the funding and the endorsement from our government and SARC. And now comes the third and the last pillar: educational and political collaboration. In this part, I will talk about four things: SARC Model Parliament, SARC Scholarship, South Asian Youth Peace Corps, and South Asian Youth Visa or Youth Pass. And thirdly, we will implement teacher and youth mentor exchanges and establish the South Asia Youth Peace Corps, a regional volunteer program where young people live and work together for 6 to 12 months in a vulnerable community. They teach, build, mediate, and return home as the ambassadors of peace, not just as tourists. And finally, we must simplify movement. We will push for a South Asia Youth Visa or Youth Pass to ensure that the students, volunteers, and entrepreneurs can travel freely for exchanges and projects. And now to conclude, I want you all to remember how our ancestors secured our nation's independence, how much they have sacrificed, and now it is our duty to secure our region's interdependence. As the leader of Bangladesh, this is my pledge to all the fellow leaders of South Asia. Let us come together and provide a strong platform and give the youth a hand to make this vision a reality. Let us rise together. Let the world look at the East and see not 8 fragmented histories, but one unstoppable future. Let us rise, let us build, and let us together make South Asia the great jewel of the world. Long live Bangladesh, long live South Asia.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Anas. I am an SDG changemaker at IYCM and a young refugee. Focus on SDG 16, peace, justice, and a strong institution. Today I want to share my message for reducing poverty and promoting peace. These two challenges define the life of every refugee, including mine. When people hear the word refugee, they think of crisis, tent, or statistic. But for us, it's life reality. We have survived the conflict, we have lost home, now live in camp, where opportunities are limited. Poverty follows us not because we are weak, but because we are forced to start again with almost nothing. In crowded refugee camp, families depend on aid. Youth have limited resources and access to limited education. Poverty becomes daily a struggle. The truth is, peace and poverty are deeply connected. A community living in fear or without basic needs cannot build peace. A community with peace cannot escape poverty. That is why, as a young refugee, I am committed to breaking these circles. This youth campaign built on 3 pillars: empower, educate, and engage. First, empower. For refugees, empowerment is not just about money, it's about dignity. Every family depends on aid in camp, but aid is not enough. That is why empowering youth with livelihood, such as higher education, digital literacy, professional skill, or small business training is essential. Even when one refugee youth earn an income, it supports their family, reduce dependency, and restore hope. Empowerment gives us to rise beyond our circumstance. Second, educate. Education is one of the biggest challenges in refugee camp. School options are limited. Many young people are dropped because of financial issue and opportunity are limited. But education is the most strongest weapon we have against poverty. Through this campaign, I raise my voice to support and give generous for the vulnerable population, such as classroom for the children and youth leadership program. Education gives hope and help refugee youth to think critically, speak confidently, and aid and advocate for peace. Third, engage. Peace does not mean only the absence of fighting. Peace means living together peacefully despite having trauma, stress, and crowding. It means preventing a small conflict from becoming big one. This campaign encourage youth for dialogue circle and aid for social cohesion, advocacy, and bring people together. When the youth take lead in building understanding, we strengthen peace and become role model for our community. Through this campaign, my message is clear. You cannot end poverty without peace, and you cannot build peace without empowering refugees. I have seen real changes with my own eyes. Young refugees learn a skill and support their family. I have seen children smile again because young volunteers help them to study. I have seen conflict resolved simply because someone chose dialogue instead of anger. This small action create powerful impact. They show that even in refugee camp, we have fewer choices, but we have a strength to choose peace. As a Rohingya refugee youth, we often hear that our future is uncertain, but I believe that our future is still ours to build again. We may have lost our home, but we have not lost our potential. We may face poverty, but we also carry resilience. We may have experienced conflict. That is exactly why we value peace more deeply. So today, through this video, I make my commitment. I will continue raising my voice for everyone, every refugee right, reducing poverty through skill and education, and promoting peace within the camp and around the globe. I want the world to know that refugee youth are not a burden. We are entrepreneurs, we are innovators, we are peace builders. Thank you.
Okay, so these were the two videos from Bangladesh that we have selected. Now we have Nizam as the panel member from Bangladesh. He is a fellow Youth Peace Ambassador of ICESCO from Bangladesh. Nizam has around 2 years experience in particular peace and harmony development in society. Nizam has vast working experience in advocacy for youth and adolescent health. Nizam is now working as an advocacy specialist at SERAC Bangladesh. May we have him to speak about the two videos from his countries.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chenchu. I'm very much honored to be here to discuss about the two videos of Bangladesh regarding the peace and dignity. So thank you. So actually, we have seen those two videos from Bangladesh. One is about the collaboration with South Asian countries, and another one is about the crisis and the challenges in Rohingya refugee camp in Cox's Bazar. So in the first video, Arika talked about an initiative called Sir Youth Connect, built on three pillars. So I would like to expand those three pillars. Like the firstly, economic sovereignty for poverty reduction by creating South Asian digital market hub and regional startup initiative, which is the most important thing. I mean, the very new thing for the South Asia. It would be. Secondly, social and cultural collaboration for peace. Yearly South Asian Festival for Peace would be a very great initiative to celebrate our cultural shared cultural activities like art, music, food, and any other thing. Uh, Thirdly, education and political collaboration. We can introduce SARC regional scholarship. Maybe it can be joint master programs at leading universities across South Asia, any universities across South Asia. So another one is like vocational fellowship programs and cross-border activities, other cross-border activities. In the other videos, Anas from Rohingya refugee camp, a young volunteer, talked about the challenges in the camp, special education and sustaining peace. Without without the basic needs, we cannot build peace in the community. So those are the main key points from the two videos of Bangladesh. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Misan. You've highlighted some very important concerns. Next, we are going to play 4 videos from India.
You see this map? Looks neat, doesn't it? But what if I told you every line you see here hides a broken dream? A dream of a student in Dhaka who wants to study in Delhi, a farmer in Sindh who prays for rain but shares the same cloud as a farmer in Punjab. A young creator in Kathmandu who wishes their art reached beyond borders. And yet, we are all divided not by land but by lack of vision. I am Mir Kashif from India, and today I dare a vision, a South Asia, where peace isn't just a treaty but a daily practice. You know what's strange? When a cricket match happens, we suddenly become experts in hate. But
When a flood happens, we suddenly become humans again. What if we could stay human all the time? Because let's be honest, poverty does not carry a passport, and peace doesn't need a visa. Let's imagine these candles are the countries of South Asia: Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. Each candle burns with its own flame, its own strength, ideas, and resources. See, the wax represents what we have: our potential, our economy, our talent. When there is cooperation, free trade, and peace, each candle lights the next. See how bright the space becomes. And notice the wax burns slowly, giving time for growth and stability. But when conflict begins, you see, the time when conflict begins, the same wax, our resources, melt faster. The energy that could build a school or a bridge now burns in anger. The same money meant to create jobs is lost in funding the war. And when the unity fades, even the brightest regions grow darker. Only if we understood our light was never meant to burn each other, but to brighten together. See, wars destroy economies, but trade builds trust. Imagine this: a joint South Asian economic zone near the Wagah border. A space where goods, ideas, and dreams cross freely. Where a company like Reliance or Tata invests not to expand power, but to expand peace. Because when two countries do business together, their armies get quieter and their people get richer. That's how capitalism becomes a peace project. When profit doesn't mean domination but collaboration. But peace isn't built by companies alone. It is built by classrooms. Imagine if every South Asian university opened 10% of its seats for regional students. A Kashmiri learning next to a Kandhari, a Sri Lankan sharing lunch with a Nepali. You can't hate someone whose story you have heard. And imagine a South Asian digital school network where we don't just share memes but share lessons, where young minds collaborate online to solve real problems. Climate change, unemployment, gender injustice. Our rivers don't stop at borders. Our air doesn't stop at borders. So, why should our solutions? Let's start joint river projects, regional clean energy missions, and climate fellowships for youth across the 8 countries. If we can share pain in disasters, we can surely share progress in peace. When I was a child, I thought peace was about soldiers shaking hands. Now I know peace is about students, coders, artists, farmers, all of us building together one small act at a time. So here is my challenge to you, the youth of South Asia. Let's stop waiting for our leaders to sign peace and start living it. Trade across borders, talk across ideologies, trust across religions, because borders divide land, not hearts. Look, the sound of war is loud, but the work of peace is quiet. Yet it lasts longer. One bomb can destroy a city, but one idea, one shared dream can build a generation. Let's keep those lights alive for peace, for prosperity, for South Asia. This is Mir Kashif signing off from one side of the border for every heart on the other side.
I am Labatul Mati Zubairi from India. Today, I want to take you to a world that all of us not just want, but deserve. You see these two friends talking? Let's go talk to them.
Hello, I'm Zakira and she's Ashmira. I'm taking some guidance from her as she's my mentor.
And she's preparing for an entrance exam.
She is from Bhutan and she is from India. This is what we mean by promoting peace in South Asia by youth, where ideas are shared, United we grow, break the barriers of boundaries. When the problem we face together are solved, because the liability of one part of the land can be solved by the asset of another. You see this green land behind me? This was not the same a few years back. Sri Lankan couple came on an international tour to India. They noticed this and collaborated with Sankalp Foundation in India, then introduced the idea of Mind Garden Sri Lanka for jungle reforestation. Just the facility to travel freely abroad without any conflict and discrimination, just through communication, this land could breathe again. Now, let's meet Rizwana from Maldives. This young lady was not the same a few years back. In the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, she lost her everything, her parents, her house, her school, everything. But then she got connected to the Mental Health Awareness Foundation in Maldives that connected her to the very famous Indian psychiatrist Vindhya Undarti, and the treatment was funded through the Universal Foundation. The right of Rizwana to smile again was granted because we believed that her mental health mattered without judgment, without red tapeism, and without boundaries. Excuse me. Assalamu alaikum, Inshia.
Walaikum assalam. You know, I had the lecturer from National University of Science and Technology, Islamabad, in our Kabul University, and I got the scholarship from the SDF, the SARC Development Fund, to pursue my data science masters in Islamabad.
This was Inshia from Afghanistan going to study in Pakistan to pursue her master's degree. SARC, that hosts 8 of the South Asian countries, covers 30% of the world's population. 20 to 25% are youth, that is 15 to 24 aged. Youth is important because we have the ability to take risk. We have the ability to accept, the courage to reject. To compromise is not in our bloodstream. To promote peace, to reduce poverty, are the discussions of centuries. We have documents, we have summits, we have platforms. But now is action time. The SARC regional framework, and on the grassroots level, empowering rural communities, reaching the unreached. The world doesn't always ask for something new. Sometimes it just asks us to nourish and strengthen what already exists. बेदार हो जाए नौजवान लहू, इस रूहे ज़मीन का हर एक ज़र्रा तेरी गुहार लगाता है. Thank you very much. This is Labatul Mati Zuberi signing off. All the very best.
Good morning, South Asia. I am Atika Modi reporting live from the SARC Youth Summit 2035. Today marks a historic milestone. The South Asian Economic Belt has just surpassed the European Union in growth. Extreme poverty in our region has officially dropped to zero. And for the 5th year in a row, the Peace Index shows record stability across the 8 nations. But how did we get here? To understand this golden age, we have to look back at the turning point, the year 2025.
देखो कितना जाम है
इंडिया
इतने सारे लोग हिंदुस्तान छोड़ के गए, नागरिकता छोड़ के गए.
4300 लोग थे जो मिलियनेयर्स अल्ट्रा एच नाइस वो इंडिया छोड़ के चले गए.
Question is why are so many Indians renouncing the Indian citizenship?
आपने घर ले लिया, फिर आप अपने बिल्डिंग से नीचे उतरते हैं, आपको मिलेगा सबसे पहले रास्ते पर गड्ढा. गड्ढा नहीं हुआ, आप लकी हुए तो मिलेगा ट्रैफिक मिलेगा. फिर उसके बाद आपको अलग अलग जगहों पर दिखेंगे पॉलिटिकल बैनर्स. फिर उसके बाद बेसिक आप अपने घर के बालकनी को खोलेंगे, आपको मिलेगा पोल्यूशन. जब आपके पास पैसा है, उसके बाद आप क्यों रहना चाहेंगे एक ऐसे देश में जहां पर आप सांस भी नहीं ले पा रहे हैं अच्छे से.
हमारे फॉरेन मिनिस्टर डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर हर जगह पे हर फोरम में इंडिया का पक्ष रखते हैं. उनका खुद अपना बेटा यूएस सिटीजनशिप ले लिया.
6 lakh Indians have given up their citizenship. Since 2014, 23,000 millionaires have left India.
It all started with 3 youth-led initiatives in late 2025. First, the Digital Silk Road. Students didn't wait for the trade agreements. We built a SARC freelance corridor. A coder in Bangalore partnered with a designer in Dhaka and marketer in Colombo. We created a massive digital economy that lifted millions out of poverty without a single physical truck crossing the border. Second, the virtual campus. We realized that ignorance breeds fear, so we launched the Open SARC University. Every Friday, students from Kabul to Kathmandu entered virtual reality classrooms to solve problems together. We stopped seeing enemies and started seeing classmates. Third, the green energy grid. Youth engineers utilized Nepal's hydropower and Rajasthan's solar power to create a shared energy grid, lowering costs for everyone. Poverty couldn't survive where opportunity and electricity flowed freely.
Wake up to reality.
But none of this has happened yet. The future that I just described, it's a choice. Currently, 2035 is just a date on a calendar, but we are the architects who get to decide what that date looks like. This is my call to action. Poverty is not destiny. Conflict is not inevitable. We have the tools, the technology, and the numbers. I am Atika Amoudi, and I don't want to wait for the history to change. I want to write it. Let's make 2025 the beginning of future. Happy Charter Day. Thank you.
साउथ एशिया 8 देश 75 साल एक अधूरा वादा।
साउथ एशियन कंट्रीज ने अपने झंडे तो जीत लिए, पर भूख, डर या कर्ज से कभी आजादी नहीं मिली। एक वादा था जो टल गया, एक ख्वाब था जो विरासत में मिला पर कभी पूरा ना हो सका।
साउथ एशिया के लोग, मैं वादा करता हूँ खुशहाली मिलेगी, मुफ्त चावल मिलेगा, मुफ्त बिजली मिलेगी,
खुशियाँ ही खुशियाँ होगी।
बस आप हमें वोट दो, हम आपके सारे परेशानियाँ खत्म कर देंगे। अब हमें खाना मिलेगा,
अब हमें एजुकेशन भी मिलेगा,
अब हमें दवाइयाँ भी मिलेगी, अब हमारा इलाज भी होगा। नेताजी जिंदाबाद, नेताजी जिंदाबाद।
सारा पैसा तो खत्म हो चुका है, अब किए गए वादे कैसे पूरे करूं?
तुम्हारा प्लान बड़ा बड़ा है, पर तुम्हारा खजाना खाली है। पर मैं तुम्हारी मदद कर सकता हूँ, बट एक कीमत पर।
कीमत? कैसी कीमत?
सिंपल, हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम खत्म करना होगा, एजुकेशन सिस्टम प्राइवेटाइज करना होगा और टैक्सेस बढ़ाना होगा, और आपको सारा लोन 40 साल में वापस करना होगा।
अच्छा, तो मुझे कहाँ साइन करना होगा?
फिक्र मत करो, ये लोन तुम्हारे बच्चे चुकाएंगे।
यहाँ तो एजुकेशन ही नहीं है,
यहाँ तो जॉब्स ही नहीं है, यहाँ तो दवाइयाँ ही नहीं है। अब हमारा इलाज कैसे होगा?
हमें खाने के लिए खाना ही नहीं है, और ये लोन की नोटिस अलग। हम जनसी है,
हमें वो कर्ज मिला है जो हमने नहीं लिया है।
आपने हमें मछली दी थी
और उसे सलूशन कहा था, और मछली पकड़ने वाली रॉड अपने वादों के लिए बेच दी। आपने हमारा फ्यूचर प्राइवेट कर दिया और एजुकेशन को लग्जरी बना दिया,
और सेहत को भी प्रिविलेज बना दिया।
आपने हमें उधार लेना सिखाया, सपने देखना नहीं।
अब हम उठेंगे,
गुस्से से नहीं बल्कि आवाज से, वॉल्यूम से नहीं, अपने वोट से।
किसी इंसान को आप मछली पकड़ना सिखाओ तो आप उसे जिंदगी भर खिला सकते हैं। साउथ एशिया को मछली बांटने वाले नहीं बल्कि मछली पकड़ने वाले स्कूल्स की जरूरत है, और इसी स्कूल्स को हमें बनाना चाहिए।
हमारी मांगे साफ है,
सबके लिए अच्छी सेहत,
मुफ्त और अच्छी तालीम।
हमें अच्छी नौकरी चाहिए।
हमारा फ्यूचर बिगाड़ नहीं है।
The chain has broken. Now the future begins.
So these were the videos from India. Now we have Vineet, panel member from India. He works closely with communities and schools to make sustainability hands-on and practical. Through Paradox Energy, he is building grassroots root bioenergy solutions and is currently running experiential climate education programs through CSR initiatives. As a B Visioneer Fellow, he focuses on empowering youth and farmers to co-redesign regenerative, community-driven climate solutions. May we have Vineet to talk about the videos from his country.
Thank you so much, Jancho. Hi everyone, I'm Vineet from India. We've had more than 170 plus videos, but we were able to screen only 4 of the videos that really stood out, brought forward some really sharp problems and equally bold solutions. Across the videos, youth are naming issues they live with every day: poverty, climate change, pollution, hate politics, weak infrastructure, and even more mental health stress. What struck me is how all these videos connected. Climate shock deepens poverty, division weakens cooperation, and bad infrastructure limits opportunities. Even though the solutions were really surprisingly practical and also imaginative. A South Asian economic zone with cross-culture institutes to educate and innovate together. A digital Silk Route with shared virtual campus where youth can co-create projects together. A green energy grid across South Asia. One thing that really stayed with me is the belief that how peace must go beyond treaties and be part of our everyday livelihood. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vineet. That was powerful, and thank you so much for sharing. Next, we're going to play a video from Nepal.
Good morning everyone. My name is Susmita Sa and I am from Nepal. Today I would like to share my thought on how can youth collaborate to reduce poverty and promote peace in South Asia. Youth can play a very important role in reducing poverty and promoting peace in South Asia. First of all, young people from different countries can collaborate through student exchange programs, online forums, and youth conference. This platform help them to understand each other's cultures, reduce misunderstanding, and build trust, which is necessary for long-term peace in the region. Secondly, youth can work together on community-based projects such as literacy camping, skill development, workshop, and awareness program on health and hygiene. When young people share their ideas and work together, they can create job opportunities, support small business, and encourage entrepreneurship, which directly help to reduce poverty. Youth can also use social media and technology to raise their voice against equality, discriminations, and violence. By spreading positive messages and reporting harmful activities, they can promote peace in harmony. Finally, collaboration between youth from South Asian countries help to build a sense of regional unity. When young people see each other as a partner instead of rivals, it's become easier to solve common problems like unemployment, pollution, social conflicts. In this way, youth collaboration become a powerful tool for reducing poverty and promoting lasting peace in South Asia. Thank you.
Okay, so next we have Rinko, panel member from Nepal. She is an activist dedicated to ending child marriage and advancing girls' rights. She holds master's degree in development management from AIM Philippines and currently serves as the project coordinator at Sakhi, a feminist organization. She leads initiatives focused on empowering women and girls, strengthening community awareness, and driving collective actions to prevent child marriage. Through hard work, she strives to create safer, more equitable communities where girls can thrive. May we have Rinko so that she can speak about her video, video from her country.
Thank you, Chenjo. So in this video, we can see Nepal struggle with unemployment, poverty, inequality, limited skill training, and increasing migration, which together create a cycle where youth potential is wasted and development slow down. These challenges also lead to frustration, brain drain, and social conflict. But the video also show how powerful action possibilities. Youth can take the lead through skill development, entrepreneurship, community project, and digital innovation. Cross-border collaboration in South Asia through youth exchange, online forums, and joint startup can help youth people share idea, create opportunity, and promote peace. When youth unite, they can turn shared problem into shared solution. I also believe we need to address overlooked issues like mental health, digital literacy, and climate related challenges, which deeply affect young people today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rinku, for your thoughtful reflection. It was wonderful hearing with clarity. So now we're going to play 3 videos from Pakistan.
Imagine a South Asia where borders are lines of cooperation, not conflicts. Where people from the Maldives doesn't feel cut off from the people in Pakistan or Afghanistan. When I was a child, my grandfather built a small wall in our garden to protect the flowers from the neighbors, he said. But that wall blocked the sun, and slowly our beautiful flowers wilted. Today I see those walls across South Asia. The walls of suspicion, hatred, and fear. These walls have blurred our vision. I mean, a student from Kabul cannot share his ideas with a student of Bangladesh. A farmer from Punjab and a farmer from Bangladesh have the same water crisis, but they cannot share their ideas. Every time conflict keeps us apart, poverty grows stronger, our potential is trapped just like those flowers in the garden. But what if we turn these connections into strength? My vision is South Asia's living net. Imagine students from Pakistan and Afghanistan sharing their medical knowledge for different purposes. Imagine students from India and Nepal working together on our solar project. We already share the same rivers, the same mountains, and the same oceans. Now it's time to share our solutions. It's time to be united to work for a South Asian future. Thank you.
My name is Sayyid Fatma and I am from class 8 from the City Grammar Higher Secondary School, Sadarpur. Today I am here to present my views and ideas which is youth can collaborate across borders to reduce poverty and promote peace. South Asia is home to one of the youngest population in the world. Young people from Pakistan, from India, from Bangladesh, from Sri Lanka, from Nepal, from Bhutan, from Afghanistan and Maldives share similar dreams. Which dreams? Which dreams? Dreams of education, dreams of progress, dreams of stability and dreams of peace. This shared vision gives us a unique opportunity to unite beyond boundaries. Firstly, youth can collaborate for education and technology. By participating in online forum, student exchange programs or visual classroom and skill sharing platform. Young people can learn from each other when you share knowledge such as digital skills and innovation. They create a lot of opportunities that reduce poverty and opens the door for economic growth. Peace is not created by governments alone. Prosperity is not delivered by institutions alone, but begin in the hands of youth in our voices, our choices, and our actions. Voices, our choices, and our actions. Let us choose to build berries, not berries. Let us choose collaboration over conflict. Let us choose a South Asia where every child has food on the table, every family has dignity, and every nation lives without fear. The future of South Asia does not belong to those who divide it to those. Last but not least, in the end, I want to say, beyond every border we rise, beyond every border we rise, carrying the light of youth in our hand, carrying the light of youth our hand, poverty will fade and peace will bloom. Poverty will fade and peace will bloom. When we stand together, it means we are one. Thank you for your precious time.
Namaste, Assalamu alaikum. Myself, Rohan Sharma, the former Youth and Sports Minister of Third Child Parliament and gold medalist too, currently enrolled in Artificial Intelligence Department in Sindh Madrasatul Islam University. The topic of discussion on which I am here to share this video on social media is that the promotion of peace in South Asia by youth, the youth of our society. In South Asian society, in our current society, the youth is considered as the child. But it comes to the developed countries. When it comes to developed countries, the youth has been considered as the role model, as the future investment. But in our society, we consider them as a child. We don't give them the right to speak when it comes to their rights. The promotion of peace becomes more easier when it comes to the point of social media. Our youth can share a best positive message through social media. You can say young creators who can post positive messages, can post positive environments. They can eventually help others through donations too. South Asia as the land faces disasters like climate disasters, floods, heat waves. In such situations, youth can promote peace through online accesses, such as to teach poor children online, to launch a low-cost agricultural tools, or to launch a food donation network. It will help our youth to promote peace in South Asia. Thank you so much.
Okay, so these were the 3 videos from Pakistan. Now we are going to have Mohammad Moin, panel member from Pakistan. He's committed climate activist and an active member of Khalq Youth Front. In this platform, he worked to improve education, address student issues, and raise the voices against injustice, striving to empower youth and build a fair society for all communities everywhere. May we have him to talk about the videos from his country?
Thank you. So we have the videos from Pakistan that are about the environment of South Asia that has affected and influenced the progress of South Asian people. One example of that is the video of Rohan, in which he said that the young people of South Asia are still considered as a child, which undermines their roles. And on the other hand, the youth of developed countries are considered as their role models, as their future leaders, which gives them hope and opportunity. And the other video talks about the world of suspicion and hatred that has created gaps between the South Asian countries. And the last video gives some hope that there are still opportunities to engage and collaborate beyond boundaries. And we can collaborate for peace and stability through student exchange programs and other activities. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Muhammad Moin, for explaining with such energy and clarity. Now we are going to play 3 videos from Sri Lanka.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ayubowan and Vanakkam and hello everyone. I am Amal Amin, an undergraduate student from the Southeastern University of Sri Lanka, and I am honored to speak about how youth collaboration across border can reduce poverty and promote peace in South Asia. To begin my personal story, growing up, I witnessed interreligious tension in my own community. I often wonder, why do people fight beyond humanity? To resolve this problem, the answer I discovered was education. Education that built understanding, compassion, and respect. But today I believe we need something even stronger. Education shared across border, when youth from different South Asian countries learn from each other, collaborate, and exchange knowledge, we break stereotypes and build a foundation for peace. Sri Lanka has survived decades of challenges: war, religious tension, economic crisis, and now the devastating Titwa cyclone which caused massive floods and landslides. Over 330 lives lost, more than 300 still missing, thousands of families displaced. These disasters remind us that no nation suffers alone and no nation should rebuild alone. During the cyclone, I witnessed something deeply inspiring. Sri Lankan came together beyond religion, ethnicity, and politics. Humanity became our strength. But something even more powerful happened. Many South Asian countries extended support to Sri Lanka, even beyond traditional political tension. Despite the long history of India-Pakistan issue, both nations, along with the other nations, showed readiness to support Sri Lanka during this crisis. This movement proved something beautiful. When we look beyond geopolitics, South Asia became one family. And if governments can do this in moment of crisis, imagine what the youth of South Asia can achieve by collaborating across border every day. Cross-border youth collaboration can rise above the political divisions and focus on what truly matters: humanity, compassion, development, peace, shared progress. This is where the future begins. South Asia is one of the most climate-affected regions in the world. Every flood, drought, cyclone, or the landslide pushes families into deeper poverty. But imagine if youth across border build South Asian climate education program, collaborative learning on climate change, disaster preparedness, and sustainable technology, joint research team like the Sri Lankan student working with Nepalese and Indian, youth on geospatial tool, flood mapping, and early warning system, community level youth training, shared drills, awareness session, and volunteer training across South Asia. Through shared education and climate action, youth can prevent poverty before it begins. Conflict around the world, including Gaza and Palestine, show how desperately the world needs peace. But peace is not created by the political alone without the support of the youth. It's created by the youth who talk, share, listen, and understand. However, we must also recognize a difficult reality. Hatred groups often target youth, feeding them venom and manipulating their emotions. Without the support of young people, these groups cannot grow. But with the right guidance, youth can protect their communities from the hatred and violence. This is why educated, informed, and empathetic youth are essential. Because the same young person who can collapse peace can also save peace. Imagine a South Asian youth peace network where young people engage in cultural exchange, dialogue circles, peace clubs, short storytelling, student exchange programs, regional festivals. These build trust, and trust build peace, peace that is stronger than politics. So, a South Asia where youth collaborate beyond borders and beyond geopolitics. A South Asia where education empowers every child. A South Asia where climate resilience prevent poverty. A South Asia where peace is built through understanding, empathy, and unity. Together we can reduce poverty, together we can build resilience, together we can create a peaceful, united South Asia. Youth of South Asia, let us rise, collaborate, and lead the change. Thank you so much.
Ayubowan, Vanakkam, Assalamualaikum, Guzampola, Salam, and warm greetings to my brothers and sisters of South Asia. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a giant map of our region, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives and Afghanistan floating like bright islands over a deep blue ocean. Now imagine each country as a house in the same neighborhood. Some houses have leaky roof called poverty. Some have cracked walls called inequality. Some have fences shaking because of tension between neighbors. And some houses are perfectly strong, but the neighborhood still feels unsafe. This is South Asia, and we, the youth, are the next generation of architects. Not builders of buildings, but builders of trust, creativity, technology and peace. So I am Dulaksh Sandareka from beautiful island Sri Lanka. What's the poverty in South Asia? Poverty in South Asia is like a thick morning fog. It hides opportunities, it slows our steps, it divides us before we even know each other. Why does it happen? Because some families lack access to quality education, safe housing, healthcare, digital opportunities, fair jobs, clean water, equal chances for girls and boys, and sometimes because conflicts take away what people worked so hard to build. Across South Asia, our communities face political clashes, ethnic misunderstandings, religious divisions, border tensions, misinformation online. Every storm of conflict destroys something precious. Schools, friendship, trade, dreams, and hope. When conflict rises, poverty rises with it. Families lose income. Young people lose opportunities. Countries lose stability. So, poverty and conflict are not two different problems. They are two sides of the same coin. But here comes Gen Z. We are the most connected generation in human history. We learn on YouTube, earn online, speak to strangers on WhatsApp, and create global friendship through TikTok, Instagram, and gaming servers. We don't see borders on screens. We see human beings. Imagine using that power not only to share memes, but to shape South Asia. So, how can youth collaborate? Let's think out of the box, and here are some ideas from me. First one, we can create a shared South Asian Youth Innovation Network. Imagine a digital hub where the students from Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Maldives and Afghanistan work together on real problems, from climate, smart agriculture to low-cost health tech. Why should our ideas be limited by borders when Wi-Fi has none? A Sri Lankan coder, a Nepali engineer, and a Bangladesh entrepreneur could design a startup that creates thousands of jobs. Innovation doesn't need passports, it needs partnerships. We can spread peace through culture festivals, virtual concerts with singers from every country performing together, dance mixes combining Bollywood, Baila, Bhutani folk, Nepali rock and Bangla beats, art that tells story beyond flag and borders, music units faster than politics. We can use social media for peace, not hate. As young people, we hold the world's most powerful weapon, not bombs, but phones. We can choose to spread kindness, facts, and understanding instead of hate and misinformation. Let's launch campaign like hashtag South Asia for Peace, hashtag Youth Against Poverty. A single post can inspire thousands. A single video can break stereotypes. A single voice can calm a storm. Also, we can create youth trade bridges across border online marketplace run entirely by youth. Sri Lankan spices, Nepali handicrafts, Indian apps, Bangladeshi clothes, Maldives eco products, Bhutan green tourism ideas, Pakistan healthy crops, Afghanistan dry fruits. Trade builds trust, trust builds peace, Peace builds prosperity. So, my friends, we are the generation that will write the next chapter of South Asia, not with fear, but with friendship, not with bullets, but with ideas, not with borders, but with bridges. Let us be the generation who refuse to accept poverty as normal. Let us be the generation who proved that peace is not a dream, it is a decision. And let the decision begin here with us today.
Okay, so we actually had two videos from Sri Lanka, not three. I apologize for the mistake that I made. Now we have Nusaika, panel member from Sri Lanka. She is an assistant lecturer in industrial management at the Department of Interdisciplinary Studies, Faculty of Engineering, Southeastern University of Sri Lanka. She holds an MBA and BBA honors in accounting from SEUSL. Due to the current situation in Sri Lanka, she could not join us today, so we are going to play the video that she made on explaining about the videos from her country. Let us keep Sri Lanka in our thoughts and hope for peace and better days ahead.
Hello everyone, this is Nuzaika from Sri Lanka. The two youth voices we heard from Sri Lanka offer powerful and complementary perspectives on how cross-border collaboration can reduce poverty and strengthen peace in South Asia. The first video highlighted the role of shared education, empathy, and climate resilience, reminding us that disasters and conflicts impact the entire region and therefore demand collective action. The second video expanded this message by showing how connected today's young generation is and how collaboration through innovation, digital platforms, culture, and trade can break long standing barriers between our nations. Together, these reflections make one message very clear, that is, youth are central to shaping a peaceful and equitable South Asia. When young people learn together, create together, and build trust across the borders, they help weaken the roots of poverty and prevent the escalation of conflict. As a panel, we must recognize this potential and support mechanisms that empower youth to lead regional cooperation. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Nusaika and the youths from Sri Lanka for the energy and efforts that they have put into even in this kind of situation. We really appreciate it. Now we're going to move into round two, where all the panels are going to speak about 14 videos. We're going to start with the panel from Afghanistan, Silab.
Thank you very much, Chencho, for your efforts. About the all over 14 videos that I've watched, these videos really impressed me. You know, I realized that the South Asia that we are in is a region rich in history, culture, and incredible, human potential. Uh, I imagine their dreams, what is the showing in the videos. But when I watched, it remained as the deep challenges of our youth continue to face. Across Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Bangladesh. Youth people, or youth or young people struggle with limited, education, gender barriers, weak governments, social inequality. These realities often, force youth to leave their countries instead of building where they belong. But the message of these 14 videos is clear. Youth are not just, experiencing the challenges. We are, creating solutions. First, how we can, create or make the solutions. Shared learning and skills. The videos show a powerful example of digital education, innovation, space, and capacity building programs. The second, we can say that the youth lead peace building. We saw how communication and cultural understanding reduce fear and evasions. The third is entrepreneurship and innovations. From climate smart agriculture to tech startups, the videos prove that youth creativity creates jobs, economic growth, and independence from the aid. We must support youth to build, not survive. To learn how they fish, not wait for the fish. Leadership and participation. So we saw young people's change makers, stepping forward, proving that the progress happens when they are part of decision making, not just excluded from it. These film, highlighted something important. Despite of our different flags, our struggles and our dreams are the same. So at the end, I want to say that together we can make what we saw in the videos, what we see in the videos in a reality for more, for millions of more. So these are all that I've caught from the videos. They very impressed me. Thank you, Chencho.
Okay, so thank you so much, Silab. That was wonderful. And now we are going to hear from the next panelist. We have Mizan from Bangladesh.
Thank you. It was a great pleasure. I mean, such a wonderful videos from the South Asian countries. 16 maybe, if I'm not wrong, 16 videos. So actually, I think we are witnessed a vision captured uh, uh, vision captured across all those 16 videos of the South Asian countries. So those videos are not just, I think, not just the media, they are the windows into the next generation with a new possibility, basically. We have seen a lot of uh, interesting things. So um, new possibilities are open. So we see the young leaders from the South Asian countries, they fight against the climate crisis directly uh, to the struggle for the regional stability. So climate crisis is one of those issues highlighted in many videos. And the message is, I think, from those videos, the message is very clear. Peace is not the absence of conflict. Conflict is the presence of the justice and the collaboration. So young leaders from South Asia demonstrate the power of the youth collaboration within the South Asian countries. So like digital schools, I remember one person, the digital school, digital market hub. So those activities demanding a regional identity rooted in the shared culture and compassion. So I believe that they are reclaiming our history. The youth from the South Asian countries, the leaders who just watched that, they're reclaiming our history and dreaming of a unified future. So they want exchange and education scholarship program and festival program, many other programs that uh, that catch up each other with the South Asian countries. So that would be a very interesting thing if we could introduce those kind of exchange programs across the South Asia. So I believe that each videos carries the same undeniable energy, our power. So I believe our power is our voice, which we already shown by them, and on our choice and our unity is the most important thing. So let's commit to the youth vision from the South Asian country to a concrete action. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mizan, for such valuable points. And so let's keep the momentum going. Now we have Vineet from India.
Hello, everyone. Watching videos across South Asia felt like listening to one heartbeat for me. Across countries, I'm sorry, across countries, when young people are speaking up with the same emotion, urgency, fear, creativity, and huge amount of hope. Everyone knows climate change is no longer a border issue. Heat waves in India, smog in Bangladesh, and droughts in Pakistan, and floods in Nepal, they affect us collectively. Some powerful themes that stood out for me were mental health stress due to climate change and poverty, loss of indigenous knowledge, and chokings of ecosystems, climate and poverty migration, and the disconnect between policymakers and young people. The video also suggested some really innovative ideas, hyper-local clubs, community seed banks, youth-led biodiversity mapping, tech-enabled citizens, and public installations for awareness. Across South Asia, one young person is no more waiting for permissions. They are already building the future. And being part of this revolution has given me a biggest amount of hope and also builds resilience along the way. And one thing that I also believe that is helping people understand why action matters, not just what to do, because informed communities make long-term choices. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Vineet. That was inspiring. And again, thank you so much for your contribution. Next is Maldives. Before he starts with his view on all the 14 videos, I'm going to introduce him briefly. He is currently studying for his A levels and is an active member of UNICEF Climate Guardians and the UNICEF Youth Reference Group. His main focus area are child protection, climate action, and mental health awareness. Abhiyan is a passionate youth advocate and has contributed to policy discussions at both national and international levels. He is committed to amplifying youth voices and hopes to continue using his future work to make sure those voices are heard. Now, can we have Abhiyan?
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction and also for this opportunity to speak here today. What becomes clear in those videos is that youth across South Asia are not speaking from theory but from lived realities. The issues raised, such as climate insecurity, gender inequality, limited access to quality education, corruption, displacement, unemployment, mental well being, and poverty, these are deeply local issues experienced by all South Asian countries. Yet the solutions being imagined are increasingly regional. What stood out for me was how peace was consistently framed not as a distant political outcome, but as something practical and everyday. In these videos, peace meant being able to study, to move, to work, to feel safe, and to participate meaningfully in society. It also meant cooperation between countries, institutions, and young people themselves. I was particularly struck by how many young people are already thinking beyond borders. Ideas around shaping digital spaces, educational exchanges, climate collaboration, and mental health support shows that we, the youth, are already acting with a regional mindset, even when our policies and systems remain fragmented. This tells us that the challenge is not the lack of ideas, but a lack of structures that allow those ideas to grow. Collectively, these videos send a clear message. South Asian youth are all ready to lead, collaborate, and innovate. What they need now is sustained investment, inclusion in decision making, and accountability from institutions to turn vision into impact. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhiyan, for sharing with such clarity. Next, we have Rinku from Nepal.
Thanks, one. Thank you, one again. So South Asia is full of diversity, different language, culture, religions, and history. Yet we share common dreams and struggle, whether it is education, health, youth empowerment, religion tension, economic crisis, poverty, climate change, or unemployment. This challenge doesn't stop at the borders. The video also show when we understand each other's struggle and respect each other's identities, a sense of religion unit growth. This unity is powerful and help to solve problems together, fight discrimination, support peace, and uplift the most vulnerable. The sentiment of South Asia built on hope, harmony, and shared humanities. Moving forward, youth can improve our region by taking clear and practical action. First, we can raise awareness in our schools and communities about climate change and peace. Second, we can form youth climate and peace club to run local projects like tree planting, literacy workshop, and campaign. Third, we can learn new skill, digital literacy, green jobs, entrepreneurship, so we can help family to earn income and reduce poverty. We should also collaborate across border by sharing idea with youth from other South Asian country. And finally, we can work with local government and NGOs to push for better policies. Together, this action can build a peaceful, equal, and sustainable South Asia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rinku. You have shared some important points. Thank you so much again for highlighting that. Next, we have a panel from Pakistan.
Thank you. So all the videos are about the South Asia, and some of these videos highlight very important issues. If we start from history, South Asia was once a hub for trade, but now it faces conflicts, instability, and climate disasters. According to the participants, there are certain reasons that push South Asian people to these crises. According to Samanna from Afghanistan, corruption, unemployment, and gender inequality trap youth in a cycle of limited opportunities. And Muhammad Amin from Sri Lanka has highlighted that disasters like climate, like floods and cyclones, push families deeper into poverty. And some of the videos from Pakistan suggested that instability destroy livelihoods. So across these voices, one thing is very clear, that youth collaboration is the strongest tool for reducing poverty and promoting peace. And for that, some of our participants have given some wonderful suggestions. For example, from Nepal, Sushmita has suggested that regional education and knowledge sharing through exchange programs and online activities can solve our many problems. And then Atika Amodi from India said that youth-led freelancing networks can lift people out of poverty. So these were some of the solutions that if we consider, it will bring a great change. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mohammad Moin. You have well explained. It was very simple, clear, and powerful. Next, we have Nusaika from Sri Lanka. Since the situation is not good in Sri Lanka, we are going to play the audio recording of Nusaika.
Hello everyone, this is Nuzaika from Sri Lanka. It is both an honor and a privilege to share my reflection on the 15 insightful youth video from across South Asia. After watching all these 15 videos, it has been truly inspiring. Each message, though unique in voice and experience, carries a shared vision for the peaceful, connected, and poverty free region. What stands out is that every young person, whether speaking from Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Bhutan, or the Maldives, identify collaboration as the key to unlocking our region's potential. Across the videos, we hear repeated call for better education, digital inclusion, climate responsibility, entrepreneurship, and cultural understanding. These young voices show us that poverty is not only an economic issue but a barrier created by unequal access to opportunity. They also remind us that peace is not simply the absence of conflict but the presence of trust, dignity, and fairness. The most powerful message in this reflection is that youth are no longer waiting to be invited to the table, they are already leading. The ideas, passion, and commitment demonstrate that cross border cooperation can break stereotypes, reduce misunderstanding, and create new pathway for prosperity. When young people learn together, innovate together, and stand together, they build a foundation for long term peace. Collectively, these 15 videos from a single unified goal is that empower the youth, remove the barriers between nations, and strengthen partnership across borders. If we trust and support the energy of our young people, South Asia can transform challenges into opportunities and create a future defined by peace, resilience, and shared progress. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Musaika. Me and the team really want to thank you for the effort that you have put into this. And next we have Bhutan. Since I am the panel, I'll be sharing my thoughts on the Putin videos. So after watching all the Putin videos, what I felt the most was how real and personal each story was. These were not just videos, but they were the reflection of hopes and struggles that young people across South Asia carry every day. In every video, whether it is from India, Bangladesh, or from others, youth spoke honestly about what they see around them, which is poverty, lack of opportunity, climate stress, conflict, and a system that don't always work for ordinary people. But at the same time, they also showed incredible imagination and courage, which is ideas about free movement for students, digital connections across borders, shared learning, mental health support, and clean energy. What struck me the most was how similar our experiences are. A student in Kathmandu, a refugee in Cox's Bazar, a creator in Colombo, or a young engineer in India, they all dream of the same things, which is safety, dignity, education, and a chance to build a better future. Many spoke about peace not as a big political deal, but as something that grows when young people talk, learn, and work together. What I understood from these videos is that youths are not waiting for someone else to fix things. They are already thinking of solutions, already imagining a more connected South Asia, and already believing that collaboration is possible. For me, these videos were a reminder that even if our borders are different, our dreams are shared. And the young people who spoke reminded us that creativity, collaboration, uh, collaboration, and hopes are already happening, and then we just need to support them. So now we are going to move into the third round, where the panels are going to talk about the two issues of immediate concerns for South Asia. So we have Mohammed Muin, Rinku, Vinit, and Abyan that are going to talk about climate crisis. So can we have Mohammed Muin?
Thank you again. So I just wanted to talk about the climate change and its impact on the South Asian people. So the fact is that climate change is hitting South Asia harder than any other region in the world. It's from deadly heat waves to floods and cyclones. Our shared future is in a serious threat, and our priority must be in finding practical solutions to this crisis. So I have some of the solutions I will suggest that, and the first is that there should be a South Asian young climate alliance in which the youth of South Asian countries can engage and bring out solutions. Secondly, we need to invest in renewable energy resources, which is very important. And thirdly, we need an early cross-border warning and preparedness system where we can engage other countries and save them from disasters. And thirdly, we need a sustainable sustainable lives that we to reduce the use of plastics and other materials that are harmful to our nature. So lastly, I think if we engage our youth and educate them about the climate crisis, we can really save ourselves and our future from climate crisis. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Muhammad Moin. Next, we have Rinku from Nepal.
Thank you so much. So South Asia is feeling the impact of climate change more intentionally than ever before. This year in Nepal, on seasonal heat wave, Tarai floods, and every early landslide disrupted thousands of life across the world. Border. Bangladesh faced intensified cyclone and rising sea level that pushed entire coastal community to move. The difference is clear while the triggers may vary. The impact on people, homes, and hope is the same. That's why urgent action is essential and youth can lead it. We can run joint awareness campaign across our country, promote local adoption solution, and push for policies like banning single-use of plastics in our community. This crisis is urgent, but it is also an opportunity for young South Asian to work together, act together, and build a safer, more resilient future for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rinku. We have Vineet from India.
Hello. For me, translating aspiration into reality means creating spaces where we all can actually build together. Three possible collaborations that I think can be implemented and can be made possible would be our South Asian Youth Climate Circle, a monthly online sharing space where everyone can showcase their projects, exchange learning, and collaborate. Maybe not bureaucracy, but just direct peer to peer action. And a shared resource library, a digital hub containing toolkits on waste management, water management, biodiversity, storytelling, and climate engagement. People can upload their projects, share their ideas, and everyone can learn through these. Also, a third thing would be that a cross culture hackathon where every month or quarterly we can pick a theme on maybe plastic reduction or urban waste management or water management, and all the countries together, all the fellows together, we can set our own shared deadlines, shared momentum, and simultaneously implement our community action projects. Truly reach where young people, we must go to where they already are. Schools, colleges, social media, local communities. A short creative challenge similar to what we are doing today. I think these are the places where we start collaborating and we start building upon the problem statements we've all been talking about and look at more how what could be the outcomes and what could be the impact of every idea that we have shared. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vineet. Next, we have Abhiyan from Maldives.
For South Asia, climate change is no longer a future threat. It is a lived and escalating reality across our region. We are already experiencing its consequences through record breaking heat waves, floods, cyclones, and many more. Every country here is being affected just in different ways. Most recently, we have seen this through the devastating cyclone impacts in Sri Lanka, where climate change has intensified the frequency and severity of extreme weather, worsening flooding, destruction, and loss of livelihoods. On behalf of the Maldives, I would like to express our deepest solidarity and condolences to the families and communities affected. What Sri Lanka is facing today shows clearly that climate change acts as a threat multiplier, turning extreme weather into humanitarian crisis. These disasters do not respect borders, and neither should our response. For the Maldives, climate crisis is existential. As one of the world's lowest lying nations, rising sea levels pose a threat to our continued existence and are a major source of climate anxiety for Maldivian youth. Many children have not grown fearing a distant future event. They have been growing up watching climate impact damage their homes, from strong winds ripping roofs from their houses Storm surges invading living spaces and heavy rainfalls flooding homes are no longer rare events. They are lived experiences. Beyond this, ocean warming and ocean acidification are putting our marine ecosystems at risk. This directly threatens our economy as tourism, which runs our economy depend on healthy oceans. This also risks collapsing fishing industry, fish being a primary source of food and livelihoods for Maldivians. When oceans suffer, so do our people economically, socially, and mentally. This is why climate action cannot be delayed or diluted. Climate change is not driven by individual choices. It is a result of unchecked emissions, greenwashing by major corporations, and delayed political accountability. If South Asia is serious about reducing poverty and promoting peace, we must be serious about climate responsibility. What we need now is practical regional collaboration, shared early warning and disaster preparedness systems, real investment in renewable energy, climate finance, but that reaches vulnerable communities, and accountability that holds major polluters responsible. Youth are ready to contribute, but they cannot compensate for inaction. For countries like mine, this crisis is not about the future, it is about our survival. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much all the panels for sharing about climate crisis. Now we are going to give 3 to 4 minutes for the discussion. So I just got a very general question to Rinko. Since I did my bachelor's in Nepal, I have seen a lot of plastics everywhere in streets, rivers, even mountains of waste in local markets. So Bhutan has taken a bold step by banning single-use plastics, aiming for 2030, but enforcement and public awareness remain a challenge. So I wanted to ask Rinko or any other panel member, how do you think that we can actually make plastic ban work effectively? And how can youth work together across countries to make this campaign stronger? If any of you guys can answer, then it would be.
Thank you so much for the questions. Uh, so, plastic bans work when they are practical and enforced. That means government introducing clear rules, shops offering affordable alternatives, and community being consistently reminded why the ban is matter. Youth can help by creating awareness, drive-in, promoting biodegradable options, and calling out misuse through social media and school campaign. And again, youth collaboration country make this campaign stronger because we can share ideas, strategies, and success stories. Joint online campaign, cross-border workshop, and youth network to create a powerful regional voice. So in the South Asia, youth are united, informed, and ready to push for real climate action. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rinko. So does any of the other panels want to answer to this question? Then the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Shincho. Just I want to have another question. This is faced to Rinko, maybe other panel members. Given the increasing climate disasters across Nepal or and rest of South Asia, what do you think is the most urgent step our region should take, together to become more climate resilient?
Okay, so I think I can. So, as you know, floods in Nepal became floods in Bihar, in India. Cyclone in Bay of Bengal hit both Bangladesh and India, and heat waves sweep across the region at the same time. Yet our response are still mostly isolated and country by country. If South Asia country created one integrated climate information system, sharing real-time weather data, hazard forecast, emergency resources, and rescue coordination, we could save thousands of lives every year. Thank you.
Okay, so
Uh, I can add a point to here. I'm not able to turn on my camera. Uh, I think it is similar when we see droughts happening in Punjab and Sindh region, also of Pakistan and India, where most of the farmers are uh, a small landholding farmers, and the problems faced by these farmers are something which are very similarly being faced by farmers on either border of the side. And having resources where knowledge can be exchanged and trade can happen between these farmers could be something that would help a lot of these farmers to prepare when there are heat waves happening, when there are floods happening, and when there are droughts happening in the region. Uh, a well-aware farmer can take decisions which are far more better in the community than any government policies or treaties being signed, is what I think. Thank you.
okay, I think this is the end of the discussion on climate crisis. Next, we are going to move on to the next topic, which is youth collaboration across borders. We have Silab, Mizan, Nusaika, and me myself, which will be sharing on this topic. So first, we're going to start with Silab.
Uh, Thank you, Chencho. Uh, you know, South Asia is a home to more than a quarter of world's youth, full of talented dreams and creativity. So yet our region, face share challenges like the climate vulnerability, limited access, unemployment, and these are all barriers caused by borders, conflicts, and discriminations. And these challenges often silence the youth voices and limited their potential, but together so we can change this story. Youth collaboration across South Asia offers powerful solutions, uh, creating regional innovations networks to support entrepreneurship and digital skills, youth-led, climate actions to protect our, shared environment, cross-border culture exchange that's build trust, peace, and mutual understanding. Uh, Partnership with governments and international organizations, to expand education and jobs opportunities. Uh, uh, when youth unite, they transform the communities. And when South Asia unites, we build a peaceful and prosperous future for all. Let us rise together, empowered, connected, and committed to progress. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Silab. Now we have Mizan.
Thank you. Actually, uh, Salah already said that there are a lot of challenges we have in South Asian countries. We have shared challenges like climate crisis and other things. But still, as we actually all know that uh, we are basically all of the South Asian countries mostly are developing countries. So we need to strategically leverage demographic advantage for the poverty. Uh, yeah. So and basically we need to robust the peace. We must institutionalize all the mechanism we have actually. Uh, um, and again. we need to establish the accredited cross-border vocational digital skill-based trainings and exchange programs, which mentioned some in some videos with South Asian countries youth. So we can actually rethink about those we like in Europe, what we see, the Erasmus scholarships are very common scholarships. So we can actually introduce those type of things. So another one is like youth governance dialogue across South Asian country, so which is another thing we input actually. Uh, yeah, and then and the most importantly, I remember from Bangladesh Arika's speech. She said that the youth visas for the SAARC countries, the most significant thing, because when it comes to youth collaboration, youth exchange programs, so visa could be more easier, because now we know actually visa system is not that much easy. Maybe from Bangladesh to Sri Lanka is honorable visa, but from Bangladesh to India, India to Sri Lanka, India to Pakistan. So we need to rethink about those youth visa system, so we can actually introduce those things as well. So um, uh, another one is like we can introduce a data trust for the environmental intelligence, because we need the health resource management. There are a lot of problems in this area, so we need this data trust or for the environmental crisis. So I think those are the main issues I have to highlight. So for the collaboration, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mizan. Next, we have Nusaika. We are going to play her audio recordings.
Thank you for this opportunity. In my view, the youth of South Asia hold the key to a bright future. To reduce poverty and promote peace, we must collaborate across borders intentionally and creatively. I suggest building shared platforms for education, skills, and innovation where students, entrepreneurs, and volunteers from different countries can learn and work together, especially the joint projects in climate action, digital technology, and social entrepreneurship that can create opportunities while strengthening the trust among nations. In addition to that, cultural exchanges, virtual classrooms, and youth networks can break the stereotypes and foster understanding. By connecting our ideas, energy, and creativity, we can turn small initiative into the region-wide changes. I truly believe that when youth unite beyond borders, we don't just build projects, we build peace, hope, and the prosperous South Asia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Nusaika. So next, I'll be sharing on youth collaboration. When I think of South Asia, I don't see 8 different countries. I see one giant classroom filled with brilliant, intelligent, and young people trying to solve the same problem. Whether you're from Karachi, Kathmandu, Dhaka, Delhi, or Thimphu, we are all searching for the same things, which are opportunities, peace, stability, and a fair chance. And the most interesting and important part is that youth collaboration is already happening quietly through online projects, creative exchanges, volunteering, friendships, and even through shared struggles. If we can turn these small connections into larger international collaborations, we can redesign the future of this region. Youth collaboration doesn't just build projects, it builds trust, and trust is the foundation of peace. Okay, thank you. So now we are going to open our platform for discussion. So we are going to have Bharat Kidambi, and he's going to ask question. So if he could come online and then ask the question to the panel.
Yeah, Chinchu, thank you very much. I just want to ask one, two questions. That is, very good opinions were shared regarding many things regarding youth collaboration. Just I want to ask first question is that this joint classroom, as you explained, so how exactly how we can plan that joint classroom to the Chenchu? And second thing is regarding this collaboration, many ideas are there. Immediately to start with, what sort of collaboration program can be taken up by the doyens of peace, and how we can view it? Because youth are very much active in social media and other things. So how we can plan exactly this youth collaboration activities? Uh, about the can we go for any thematic groups, or can we go for immediately any cultural exchange, any concrete plan? I want to ask, one is about concrete plan, another is about clear and idea about joint classroom, please, sir, to of course to all the panelists.
Okay, so thank you so much, Bharat sir. First of all, I want to answer to this question. So when I said that South Asia is like a giant classroom, I mean that the young people across the region are learning from similar challenges and are trying to solve similar problems, just like in classroom. We share ideas, skills, and experiences. Even though we live in different countries, we are connected by things like we care about, which is education, opportunities, and peace, and making a difference, which is the most important thing. And by learning from each other and supporting from one another, we can grow together as a community, not as a separate nation. So that's why I said that we can say that South Asia is like a giant classroom. Thank you.
About the other question, the concrete plan, concrete program, what we can take up. I'm not only to Chenchu, I'm asking the other panelists, Rinku, Vineet, and Moin, Selab, anyone, please. What concrete steps or what concrete decision or plan we can take up for the thematic group discussions or cultural exchange? That those are the proposals came in. So what can be the concrete way of working immediately? That is my concrete question.
I can share you a bit. I think also when like Bharatji, you shared me the number of entries that we had from India, which was like more than 170 plus entries, right? And I'm sure every one of those entries, they've had enough time, took time and like took their initiative to think about their problem statements, think about their insights, and think about the solution, what could happen, and to make the video and send us these entries. I think one layer upon this could be maybe we could have a hackathon, a virtual hackathon or something where people can spend a day or two, maybe 24 hours to 48 hours, solely working on the problem statements, solely working on how they can try to bring in this. And with this could be a collaboration where I saw a lot of issues from Pakistan which were raised about drought and floods, which was also very similar to people who are working in India on droughts and floods. So I think a hackathon could be a way to go forward beyond the videos, is what I think. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much. I think we are going to end our discussions here due to time limit. And next, I want to request Lalita Ramdas for her reflection.
Thank you so much, Chenchu. Can you see me, hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I can't, I'm just wondering whether one second. All right. Okay, well, I just wanted to start with saying, wow, what a wonderful experience it has been to be part of this exciting coming together of young people from across the region. There was an amazing convergence of ideas, a healthy disregard for man made borders and boundaries, and a very clear message telling us we, the youth, are no longer prepared to wait for our leaders to act, and affirming that they will work to find answers and know that it is time to share their ideas and to take their place at the table. Carry with me a powerful image of new young voices that are strong, confident, and not afraid to talk about the realities and potential solutions, including a reduction of military budgets to address basic necessities. Yes, expectations have been raised, and our collective challenge today is to find concrete ways, as Bharat has asked, to take this forward. Can we develop active new coalitions, alliances with groups across our South Asian region? Can we meet with national and regional leaders? Let them listen to what is being asked and to create those opportunities to build on what we have begun through our Doyens of Peace initiative. And finally, and above all, given that this is SARC Charter Day, will we be able to revive SARC? That is our big question, our biggest challenge, because that is going to be the key to unlocking so much going forward. Thank you all once again. Jai South Asia.
Thank you so much, Lalita Ramdas. As we come to the close of this final discussion, I want to take a moment to sincerely thank all our panel members. Thank you all for giving us your time, your experience, and your heartfelt reflections. Your presence has truly enriched this space. And to all the 220 young people across South Asia who shared their wonderful videos, thank you so much for your efforts. Your honesty, your ideas, and your hopes have been the soul of this entire journey, and everything we discuss today is built on what you have told us. Drawing from all your insights, we have put together a 9 points blueprint by Youth for South Asia, a blueprint that reflects your dreams for a better and more peaceful region. To help move these ideas from vision to action, Doyen of Peace will now begin formatting thematic community groups. These groups will create peace for young people across borders to come together, work together, and address South Asia's challenges in a steady and meaningful way. Now, we are excited to share that these thematic communities are expected to become active in the new year. And now we have Arya Gautam, who is a member of SAPAN and Doyen of Peace, actively championing youth-driven peace initiative. She is currently serving as the content strategist at Happy Works, where her creativity and clarity shape powerful communication. Can we now I invite Arya Gautam to present the 9-point youth blueprint for the South Asia.
Thank you so much. A strategic 9-point youth blueprint for transforming South Asia. Based on 220 youth videos from across South Asia, this blueprint shows how young people can collaborate across borders to reduce poverty and promote peace. Number 1, South Asia Youth Peace Network. Create a long-term youth peace platform with cultural exchanges, dialogues, and student interactions to replace suspicion with trust. Number 2, Music Unites. Use cross-border music collaborations and virtual concerts to build emotional connection and a shared South Asian identity. Number 3, social media and AI for peace. Fight hate speech and misinformation through youth led digital teams using AI tools, fact checking, and positive content in local languages. Number 4, virtual campuses open South Asian universities. Build shared digital education spaces with joint courages, skill programs, and cross border peer learning. Number 5, regional youth innovation hub. Support youth entrepreneurship with shared incubators, research challenges, and collaborative problem solving across countries. Number 6, youth led cross border trade bridges. Create online youth run marketplaces for regional goods from spices to textiles to digital products to increase economic cooperation. Number 7, Green Energy Grid Initiative. Work together on regional clean energy projects like solar and wind systems to improve access and reduce poverty. Number 8, joint environmental and resource programs. Collaborate on river management, climate missions, and youth climate fellowships to protect shared ecologies. Number 9, disaster response as a unifying force. Build youth led systems for preparedness, communication, and coordinated relief during regional disasters. Conclusion. Together, these 9 points form a practical roadmap for peace, innovation, and sustainable growth, proving that South Asia's youth are not just beneficiaries of development, but active architects of a peaceful and prosperous future. Thank you.
Mr. Fuzzy.